Whether you record your audio on a lavalier mic, a shotgun mic, or a USB mic, you might feel that your voice doesn't sound as crisp and professional as the voice of your favorite successful YouTuber, and there's a reason for it. You're currently not doing any real post-production on your audio. But that's about to change, because in this video I'll show you how to make your voice sound much better in Final Cut Pro 10 with just a few clicks of a button. You'll hear the difference yourself in this video when we do the before and after. But before I walk you through this quick process, first, here are 3 tips that matter every time. Number 1, always fix sound before anything else. Don't start after you edit the video. That's a rookie mistake I made a number of times. It's easy if you just have one track, fix it once and for all, it's done, and then you can start chopping up tracks afterwards. No problem, but do it first. Number 2, always obviously use headphones for this, ideally really good ones. It's amazing what a difference that can make to your understanding of what actually goes on with the sound. And number 3, always check that you're not recording at too loud a level. In other words, that you don't get any red peaks in your recording, because you can't fix distortion in post. So now join me on my laptop. I want to talk you through this process. Okay, so here's one I made earlier. Let's listen to it first without anything. This is how I recorded it on a Boya lavalier mic straight into a camera. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. Okay, so nothing particularly bad about it. It's just tinny, doesn't have a lot of crispness and not a lot of thickness to the sound. So now I would check usually the levels first of all. Can I take up the level a little bit? But for now, for this test, I don't want to mess around with that, because at least we don't have any distortion. You can check that here as well. We don't have any distortion, so that's great. Distortion would be any like red bits here in those waves. So now we go into audio effects, and effects are basically here, installed effects. You would click on this, in case you don't know this, you would click on there, and then you go into effects. You have all video and audio effects, video first, audio here. You can see audio, and you would click on all, and here are all the audio effects. And then you would basically, like you always do, drag and drop the effects that you want on to the track. And of course, then when you just have one track, it's easy because you can just do it once. So there are 3 effects that I'm particularly interested in now for this, because I kind of discovered how to use them in connection. And the first one is voice or music. The other one is surround compressor, and it's somewhere here. I've already used it. I've got it ready. And the other one is the limiter. And you'll find them all here down here, okay? You'll just have to look for them in the audio section. So once you've dropped them on the track, they basically turn up here, and here they are. We've got the voice or music, surround compressor, and the limiter. And if you're wondering why that comes up here, it's if you click on the audio inspector. Okay, so let's try it with the first effect. In this case, I'm going to -75, something between -100 and -50. Okay, in this case, let's go with -77 because that's where it is right now. Let's listen to the difference in sound that this makes. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. Now that already sounds better to me. That sounds more sophisticated, sharper, and it just sounds, it has a little bit more studio quality to it. So let's keep it at this level, and let's switch on the surround compressor. And this usually comes up as default. However, I found that there are some presets in here which are really quite useful. Now, one of my favorites is the vocal slow attack 2. So let's listen to this one with this one on, and with the voice or music as well. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. What do you think? Let's switch them off. Let's go back to the original. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. Okay, to me, it sounds a lot better and crisper and more studio-like with the effects on. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. So that sounds a hell of a lot better to me already. Let me know if you agree, okay? And I hope you're listening to this with headphones, especially good headphones. That's going to be quite useful in this case. Sometimes also throw on the limiter at this stage, okay? So let's try if that makes a difference. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. Okay, it doesn't make a big difference at the moment, but I want to maybe raise the volume a little bit after this, just to see how far we can go. But let's first listen to it one last time without these effects on. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. And now let's switch them all back on. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. What do you think? Let me know in the comments how that sounds to you. And I just want to experiment a little bit with raising the volume now, because we also got the limiter on there, so we can probably play around with it. If you find this video useful, I hope you will like it, you will subscribe, and you will hit the notifications bell as well. Now that sounds pretty good to me. Compared to what we had before, this is so much better. Now, of course, it's not a studio recording. I still recorded it on a very, very cheap microphone. And yet you can make it sound like this. And if you have questions about how to develop your YouTube channel, how to have more impact on camera, how to make more of a business out of your YouTube, then drop them here in the comments and maybe I can make a video about it and help you out. I see you in the next one.